wouldn't it be nice not to just read another book or listen to another video that tells you about the power of now, but to actually be able to access it in your real life for yourself? Wouldn't that be nice? That's what I'd like to explore, is how can you actually begin to take practical steps so that you can begin to access the power of now instead of just seeking for it, instead of just crossing your fingers and hoping for it. And part of that comes from real understanding, and that comes through actually looking for yourself. So this will be an invitation that I'll be, we'll actually be looking directly so you can really see and discover for yourself what is now, what is the past, what is the present, what is the future, who are you in relationship with all of that, what is the real power, how is that power accessed. I'll make a bold claim, which is that time is really just a mental construct. And remember, all of this is intended to be of practical value. So this will lead to something of very practical value. Time is just a mental construct. Outside of a outside of the mental construct, there is no thing called time. So time is actually something that you have constructed. Or maybe put more accurately, time is something that you construct now. So you make it up. Now, that might seem crazy because you might say, well, hold on a second, but the past is real. I know because I experienced it. Do this exercise right now. Find the past right now. Find anything from the past right now. Let me know if you're able to find something of the past right now. Notice if you find the past, notice what is it that you actually find. So some people have said memory. So if you're finding memory, then notice what is that actually? So what are you really talking about if you say memory? And if it's not memory for you, then just what is it you actually find? Somebody says events. So how do you know about those events? What does the event consist of? Or how do you know about the event? And how do you know you experience them? What lets you know that? So we've got some people saying feeling. So notice that what we're really actually accessing right now are images, sounds, feelings, maybe tastes, maybe smells. And you could say that there are also thoughts, but I would say, which is fine if you want to claim that thought is another category, but you could also notice that thoughts themselves are also just more images, sounds, feelings, tastes, and smells. Like if you had a thought that says, this image that's in my mind's eye is from yesterday, then how do you know about that thought? And probably most people would probably say they actually hear something internally, right? Like there's an inner narrator, commentator, somebody in there who's saying that. Like it's saying, this is an image. This image is about something that happened yesterday. Or there could be something else, some other way that you know, but the other way that you would know would be that you would either see something, hear something, feel something, taste something, or smell something. So is there anybody here who has any evidence of the past which is occurring to them that is not something that you see, hear, feel, taste, or smell? So can you notice then that the past, as far as you are able to access it, is occurring to you through your five senses? And where, or I should say, when is that happening? It's happening right now, right? It's not happening in the past. It's happening right now. So the past, as far as you're able to actually access it, is really only sensory information occurring right now. Can you find anything that's not sensory information right now that is evidence of the past? And you can just go ahead and say no. because you can't. I mean, but look, notice, can you actually just try and find it? It's such a persistent illusion. It's one that has a very, very strong effect. We really become convinced that there is a thing out there independent called the past. But really, it's actually just happening right now as sensory data. Aha. So somebody says, but there are pictures in movies. Yes. And this is part of that same persistent illusion. So where are the pictures in movies happening? When you're accessing them, they're happening now. Now, just to be clear, I'm not suggesting that there might not be a certain kind of utility to it. So if you try and get rid of the past entirely for what it is, then it might make it difficult to relate to people. It might make social gatherings rather awkward. So don't take it to an extreme. But here, the exploration is just to start to open up new possibilities, new options. So it's not to get rid of old options. The old options, keep the old options to the extent that they're useful for you. But let's just open up some new options and see what that might do.